Hello there. So today we'll be talking about video aspect ratios. Um, you know, as well as I do that we're beginning to have some videos that we, watch on portrait and the other videos that we watch on landscape. So this has become a very conflicting issue for a lot of content creators, more especially being able to clearly understand the expectation of their clients. So if you're a content creator or you're an organization, a government agency, and you want to really understand about whether to create a portrait video or to create a landscape video, it means that this is for you. When you talk about aspect ratios, we're talking about the length and width of the videos. So first of all, before you create a content, the questions that you need to ask yourself and the team of people interested in that content is, where are we distributing this content? If we are distributing the content through TV broadcast, meaning that after the production of the video, it will be aired on TV stations like Arise, Channels, AIT, NTA International. It means that you have to create the video on landscape, because you know that the TV shape is landscape. So a lot of TV stations will not accept portrait video, except maybe you are just getting a stock footage of an event that happened and you see the amateur footage on portrait. And even at that, you have to specify that it's an amateur footage. If you also want to create a long video or documentary or film that you want to premiere in the cinemas, it means that you have to shoot landscape. So both the cinemas and the TV broadcast are strictly for landscape videos. And when you come to the social media handles, some social media handles accept portrait, some love landscape, some love both landscape and portraits. Let's start with YouTube. In your YouTube channel, you will discover that they have the long videos and they have the YouTube shorts. So for the long videos, I will always advise you to create your content in landscape, meaning that you're going to keep your phone this way. If you're using a camera, it means that you're going to keep your camera this way. So that's when you're creating a landscape video. But if you're creating a portrait video, this is how you're going to hold your phone or your camera to be able to create a portrait video. You can as well create a landscape video and you trim it during editing to portrait. So for YouTube, for instance, you're creating a long YouTube video, I will advise you to make it landscape. But if you want the video to be very short, that will enter into YouTube Shorts, then I will advise you to create it portrait, meaning that YouTube accepts both landscape and portrait, depending on the size and the length of the video on portrait. If you're also thinking of sharing it on your Instagram as Instagram Reel or Facebook as a Facebook Reel, please go ahead and create it portrait. This is because creating the content portrait will match into their specification. This will help to put it on autoplay mode. So for the playback, for people watching your video, it's easier for them to connect to your video and to view if you shoot it in the acceptable format for those specific social media handles. So social media handles like Facebook accepts also landscape, but there is specifically Facebook Reels where portrait videos will easily circulate faster than landscape. So for you and your team, before you try to create content in the first place, please sit down, more especially for those creating content for real estate companies or for companies, small businesses. Sit down and have a clear conversation with the team. Where are we distributing this content that we are going to create? So if they answer that question, you will have to determine if you're creating that content as a reel, which is going to be on portrait, or you're creating a full landscape content. So once you understand that, also put it in the maybe invoice or the terms of reference to make it very clear and to make the business smooth. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you, from now on, you understand whether to create content in portrait or to create in landscape. Do not mix the two up, and if you understand what you want, you will always be more satisfied with the result. Bye, and see you again soon.